The reason you fail isn't because you're not doing enough or you're not trying hard enough. It's actually because you're trying too hard. But here's how you can finally achieve your goals by doing less. Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a personal trainer and a coach, and I help people to achieve their health and fitness goals through personal training and coaching. And last year, I helped one of my clients lose over 20 kilos in weight towards their bigger goal. And in this video, I'm going to help you to understand how you can achieve more by doing less. So, with it being early in the year, you've probably been in that situation or know someone who's starting a New Year's resolution or just starting a new goal in general. And you're excited and you've got this big list of all these things you're going to do to achieve your goal. And it starts great. You have all this energy, you're excited, and first couple of days, first week, it's all going great. You're working hard, you're putting the effort in, and you're feeling the benefits. But as time goes on, you start to find it harder and harder to do the work you set. You miss a day or two, and then slowly but surely you stop doing the work and eventually stop doing everything all together. And that isn't necessarily because you're not good enough, okay, or you're not capable, but it's because you're probably trying to do a little bit too much too soon. And I got the idea of this video listening to Chris Williamson on the Diary of a CEO. And he was basically saying that most people aren't in a position or aren't ready to do more than what they're currently doing. And the way he described it, and obviously I'm not going to get this perfect, but he basically said that although most people are ambitious and they want to do more, just because they want to doesn't mean that their ability to do more grows with it. Okay. So one of the analogies he was using was basically eating and saying, although you want to eat more food, your stomach doesn't magically grow bigger so you can consume it more. It still stays the same size. And it made me really think because most people, especially if they're starting something new that they're not used to, they've got zero capacity to add more in. It's kind of imagining the hours in a day. If you are literally non-stop, back to back, from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to sleep at night, and every single minute is fulfilled, you literally don't have any more time in the day to add to do anything else. You can't squeeze anything more in there. So if you're now saying, I'm going to do, I'm going to run every day, I'm going to hit an extra 5,000 steps every day, I'm going to eat all these, do all this meal prep and eat healthy. If you haven't got the space in your life, in your daily schedule, in your mental capacity and the way you work, there's no way that you're going to fit that in there. And it made me really think because I feel like that's where a lot of people actually struggle in the beginning. And it made me think of something that I heard before from a guy called Craig Ballantyne, who's now a business coach and mentor, but he said he started out as a personal trainer, same as me. And it was this concept of having a not to do list. Rather than focusing on trying to do more, try and eliminate the things that are holding you back, the things that are stopping you from making progress. And I feel like the two concepts go well together and they are a great insight into where people go wrong, but also where they can make the most progress. Because if we take losing weight, for example, most people will start thinking, right, I'm going to do more. I'm going to get more steps. I'm going to do more exercise. I'm going to meal prep and I'm going to cook all these healthy foods. But deep down, they probably don't even know how to do that in the first place. But also, if they could do that already, they probably would be. So although I'm not saying that people aren't capable of learning new things or putting in more work, because that isn't what the point of this video is. If you can add in an exercise to your work, into your weekly schedule, or to your daily routine, good, do it. If you can get more steps, great. That is going to help you lose weight. But one of the more beneficial things to achieving your goals, making progress, especially if it's something like weight loss. And if we take that, for example, is actually going to be eliminating the foods you eat that keep you overweight. Remove the bad habits that stop you from exercising and burning more calories and losing more weight. And it comes down to that not to do list is that instead of trying to add more things into your life, take away the negativity, take away the things that are holding you back, and you'll actually start to make more progress. So try and get fit, try and get in shape, try and lose weight. If the bad habit was something like binge watching Netflix for 2 hours a day, because people do it. Okay. And if you actually looked at your diary, I imagine there's a time in your life that you probably did it. If you just stopped binge watching Netflix for 2 hours, maybe if you cut it down to 30 minutes, you would spend less time sitting around on the couch, which means you're more active, which means you're burning more calories. So straight away, from not doing that habit, you are doing more towards your goal. But in the same way, it then frees up an extra hour and a half that you can then go and do a workout. Now, like I said, this isn't about how much you can do extra, but one of the benefits to eliminating things from your life, it frees up space for you to do the things that will benefit your life and your goals and help you make progress. In the same way, if we're looking at losing weight, if you start cutting out chocolate, crisps, and sweets, or if you tell yourself you're not going to snack in between meals, what happens? You then remove food from your diet or from your routine in the day, which then opens up space to have other foods. And it will naturally occur. If you've naturally got a chocolate bar in your lunch meal and you'll say you're going to cut out chocolate, suddenly there's a missing element to your lunch. There's fewer calories in there, which is obviously going to help you to lose weight. But for most people, that's going to leave them still feeling hungry. Now, by eliminating chocolate, you've now opened the space for another food, and you can then make that better choice of adding in fruit, vegetables, okay, something more healthy. And that's the big part to this video is by eliminating the bad and creating a not to do list, you remove the things that hold you back, but it opens up opportunities to then add in more to your day, more to your routine, so that you make even more progress. And that is the big kicker. That is what I said. That's why it's such a almost not a secret, but such a multiplier to the progress you can make. It is if you sit down and go through your day and work through the habits that you do right now, and then decide on whether they're helpful or not helpful towards your goal. If it's not so helpful, see what you can do to eliminate it. If we take that Netflix, okay, or TV, for example, yes, eliminate it entirely gives you more time to do other things, but you don't have to go from 2 hours to zero. Can we eliminate 2 to 1 hours or even to 30 minutes? Because even then, you're going to get 1 hour or 90 minutes back to your day that you can then put into healthier habits or stuff like food. Rather than saying, I'm not going to eat chocolate ever again, can you stop eating chocolate from Monday to Friday? Or can you not eat chocolate until you've, 5 o'clock in the evening when you're having dinner and then it may become the sweet treat after dinner? Because if you eliminate from the rest of the day, again, you reduce how much is coming in, you reduce the negative effect it has on your life, and it improves how much progress you can make towards your goal. And it is that simple, is writing out a list of everything you do, whether it's big or small, and deciding whether it's good or bad, helpful or not helpful towards your overall goal. And decide how much of it can you eliminate? Can you eliminate it altogether, or do you need to reduce it in percentages or chunks? But once you do that, it opens up the opportunity to then add in more, as I mentioned what Chris Williamson was saying. Because if you try and add in too much now, you burn out, you give in, and then you give up. So you make zero progress. But you can simply remove one action to start with and see how much of a difference it makes in your life. Go away and try it and see how much it helps you. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. Just remember, you don't have to do more. Sometimes doing less is more helpful than doing more. If you enjoyed the video and you want more tips and help like this, like the video and subscribe to the channel, and you'll see more of these videos come up when they come out. And if there's anything specific you want me to go over from this video or something different, let me know in the comments and I'll add it to the list of videos to make. Hope you found it helpful, and I hope to see you in the next video.